This is going to be a Lewis Hamilton pole position, the first ever pole position here in Qatar. Hamilton has taken it and has taken it by quite some margin.
Yes, in the paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese. That was David Croft's call on Sky Sports, courtesy of Formula1.com. As always, for the first time, Formula One is in Qatar. I'm not exactly sure what is the exact pronunciation. This is a country of nearly 3 million people. The country is a peninsula. Did you know that, Michael?
I did know the peninsula, yes.
All right, where is that peninsula located, sir?
Somewhere in Asia.
That's the Persian Gulf, sir. Come on now. It shares a southern border with Saudi Arabia. Qatar is the third largest natural gas and oil reserves in the world. It also exports the most liquefied natural gas. You can go on a desert safari when you're in Qatar.
Ooh.
How about that, Michael?
Oh, certain.
But this isn't a little visit to Arrakis, mind you. A little bit there for you, for us Dune fans. But this is no economic or geography show. No, we're talking F1. And we are at the first time Losail Circuit, 16 corners. You give it the full beans, 68% of your lap. And what a qualifying we saw. A little grid shake-up, might I say. People who we thought were struggling, they struggled this week. And teams we thought were on the front foot, they're on the back foot. Insanity. But Lewis comes through, takes pole, Max second, Valtteri Bottas in third. George Lucas was in the house. So may the force be with you while you're on Arrakis. Greeny, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Cheese. Yeah, George Lucas was certainly in the house. And with that, it was like Tatooine, the desert at night there. I was expecting two suns to be setting over the desert with George Lucas in the house. Stop by the cantina there, have some blue milk, sit back, and Lewis Hamilton wins it by a parsec. I think that's the story here. He's out there on the Kessel Run. It's a Kessel Run out there. It's like solo through the desert. I mean, unbelievable. George Lucas in the house just tops everything off. Big F1 fan. And here we are in a brand new racetrack. Everyone's on even footing. No history here. So tonight's quiz is going to be very interesting. And yeah. Persian Gulf. I should have known Persian Gulf, my friend.
Yeah, I actually wanted to put my hand through the computer and slap you in the face for that one.
Asia.
Come on now. Asia. That was a sad. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton just absolutely dominated the day. Nearly, half a second faster than Max. Max will be starting on the dirty side of the track where he does not want to be. So that is going to be a dusty little sand, a little dust on that side of the track. So Max is going to have a difficult start tomorrow. It's going to give Valtteri a good jump. Both Mercedes were quick during free practice 2 on Friday, which is when most teams show their race pace with full tanks. And Valtteri was actually fastest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
During race
pace. You are correct.
For race pace. So that's going to be an interesting piece. I think I can't remember if Lewis or Max was second for race pace. But the Mercs are quick. Medium, high-speed corners basically throughout all 16 corners. So there's no slow corners here at all. And it's Speed Demons course. Drivers like it. I like it. No history here, so had a lot of interesting things going through the field today. a lot of teams that you were just like, oh, where's that been all year? And other teams going that have been up front most of the year, and they're all a little bit on the back foot. Didn't look very comfortable. Saw a tire explode from the curbs during the qualifying today.
Been a while since we saw a tire. The exploding tires are back.
So that puts, a little what could happen tomorrow. I mean, they were saying the curbs were a little treacherous, and that even shows. I mean, it ripped the Gasly's front wing off, cuts the tire. I mean, that's something like that could happen to a front car. I mean, tomorrow. So durability is going to be an issue. With the it seems these curbs are pretty darn rough, even though they don't seem it to be. But a lot of interesting things here for being, and especially being here for the first time.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Again, it's a new track for everyone, and it's unbelievable. We'll get to what's going to happen next week in Saudi Arabia with a brand new track. I mean, brand new track. I mean, like still not done track, but we'll get to that later. As will they, apparently. But yeah, really interesting time. All these new tracks, but you got these dry conditions. You have the desert where, I mean, they play soccer out there in Qatar, and it's like 150 degrees Fahrenheit on those on the pitch there. I mean, it is boiling hot at times on the pitch. Yeah, there's legal requirements for water breaks for outdoor sports in Qatar. But it routinely gets over 120 degrees to 150 degrees on the field. It's dry, it's brutal, and if you pull your car over in the wrong spot, a Jawa is going to tear that thing apart and strip it down for parts. So, you've got to be really careful out there. Obviously, Jawas aren't coming to strip it down for parts. That was another Tatooine George Lucas reference. Just in case you were concerned.
I don't mind the Star Wars references, sir. We've been throwing the Star Wars and Dune references out left and right recently, so why not keep it going?
We're back in the desert. And as well, listen, I've been waiting my whole life to throw in Dune references that anyone can relate to. So, any kind of Arrakis reference, grab some spice, this weekend. But we'll be able to have a lot of those because we have a lot of desert races coming up.
Yes, we do. That's all we got left.
So, but anyway, I want you to continue because we have got qualifying to talk about Q1, Q2, Q3. But as always, my friend Cheese, we start with Q1.
I only got one thing for you for Q1. It's coming right at you, too. Your boy Nikita's got to go. I mean, he's got to go. He was 2.4 seconds slower than his teammate. And if anybody's going to say, well, that's because, he didn't have a lot of track time. Well, that's because he beached the car on a curb and they had to rebuild the darn thing.
Yeah.
So he's absolute trash. Absolute trash. To be that much slower than your teammate, that's bloody embarrassing. I hope he went to his trailer and cried. Because that was sad and pathetic. I mean, I think I could throw a better lap down than that.
Yeah, I mean, Nikita Mazepin, first of all, 1.5 seconds separated Bottas to Schumacher, who came in 19th. 1.5 seconds. And then another 2.4 on top of that for Mazepin behind. He had 24 laps. He got 24 laps.
Nearly 4 seconds behind Bottas.
So, yeah. So that was really bad. That was really bad and embarrassing. I had it on definitely my most embarrassing thing of Q1. I think the most interesting thing in Q1 was Charles Leclerc getting that lap deletion and coming back. Purple sectoring 3 on the way back and coming through and getting a decent time and getting into their Q2. Obviously, it didn't go as well as he thought it would. And a little bit of interesting finish there in Q1 as well, where we had that traffic at the end, everyone kind of slowing down to restart that lap and get to the start line. And Leclerc kind of cutting the queue there to make sure he would get back to the line. So some interesting moves there, but he does make it into Q2, which is where we continue. So what was going down on
Oh,
Q2?
This is where the fun begins. To be honest, and honestly, madness began. I don't even know where to begin. There's so much you can go into, and I'm not sure I could hold my horses and not steal all your thunder, because this is
let loose. Q2's you, man. Let loose.
The session that mattered. Yeah, Perez in 11th. Wow. Red Bull doesn't get both cars in the Q3. Another big just wow. Major implications for the title. I mean, Max is up there by himself, sandwiched between two Mercedes. So good luck with that. And you're starting on the dirty side of the track now too. So good luck there, pal. Leclerc 13th. Trash. Awful. Just absolute struggling. Ricardo 14th. Also struggling. You got both AlphaTauris getting into Q3 for the first time in quite a many moon. Both Alpines getting through in the Q3. And both those teams are fighting for the fifth spot there. So, throwing it down here in the land of no history and showing things that hasn't been shown for the team and both teams for a while, with both guys getting through to Q3. But the Ferrari and the McLaren just, spitting an egg half the team. I mean, both teams are struggling. Even I think Norris ended up after even through qualifying. I think he was 6th and Sainz was 7th. So they're still like 1-2, 1-2 right next to each other, but separated different parts of the grid. I mean, Leclerc threw on the softs to try and get through and got a big fat can of note. Absolute struggle in this weekend. Not good. Not good. Other teams stepping up. I mean, Vettel got through in the Q3 for the first time in a number of races as well. Throwing the grid on its head there a little bit with all these teams in there that haven't been in there. It's a little exciting. There's a lot of excitement for that Q2 session.
Yeah, absolutely a lot of excitement for the Q2 session. Definitely not expecting a Red Bull, a McLaren, and a Ferrari, both all losing half their teams going into Q3. It's a new track. We didn't know what to expect. We obviously see how much those these engines are reacting to really a unique track. I mean, there's not too many areas where you're slow. There's not too many harsh turns. So it's made for speed. They're fast. They're moving. And different cars handle differently. And we're in a different type of track, different style of track, which makes the sport itself just unique like that, right? Every type of sport is unique. And this is the uniqueness of Formula One, especially when you're adding a new track. You can see the wider turns, how that changes the stop and slowdowns of the vehicles, and that long straight, again, which just is contributing to the lap times there. Very strong from all teams, all over the place. Long for those who long for the days where we had Mercedes 1-2 and Red Bull 3-4 and Ferrari 5-6 and first row, second row, third row, fourth row, all the same teams. We are long from those days. We are. And it's great to see. Obviously, those who are Mercedes fans holding out hope that Mercedes looks like they're trying to make it a season. They're going for the constructors and they're going for the drivers. And what a freaking awesome season it's been. I mean, just really taking a step back. We only got a couple races to go, and it's really been an absolutely fantastic season. And it's coming right down to the wire, as we hoped. We said it would be a fall race, and it looks like it might be a winter race right down to the last race here. Any other points before we go into Q3?
No, sir.
All right, so kick it off, man. Q3.
I got, Norris 6th, Sainz 7th. Bottas threw down a good lap. He actually, I think, benefited. He'll benefit by not having having the finishing second. Starting on the third spot on the clean side of the track. It's a massive advantage for Mercedes. and have both cars up there, it's another massive advantage for Mercedes. They're going to dictate strategy now with Perez, missing out. Gasly
Crazy to end.
up there, throwing,
End
get a little fourth from Pierre. Sonoda with starts 8th tomorrow. Gasly got a little lucky there, having that really good lap the first lap, since Wayne
Really
came off,
lucky.
the tire exploded.
Really lucky.
To get that in. So, the ageless wonder Fernando Alonso with a 5th here. Amazing again is Fernando, just an absolute legend. But it leads to a lot of exciting things are going to, for the front of the grid tomorrow. People that aren't normally there are there. And other drivers are going to be on the charge. So leaves a lot of interesting things that could happen tomorrow. Interesting strategies. Is it going to be a 1-stop, a 2-stop? I'm probably guessing 2-stop just because of seems the tires are taking a good beating on this track. That's not actually like asphalt. It's like pressed aggregate, because you can't use asphalt. It's too darn hot. It would melt. So you can't use your typical asphalt. So it's interesting to see how the tires are going to react on a full race with full tanks, and what kind of strategies are going to play out with tires and how many stops we're going to have. Since there's no history here. So nobody knows. But I'm going to guess it's probably going to be a 2-stop. I'm going to guess a 2-stop.
Yep. No, we have no history here. Could be a 2-stop. Once again, the 8th time this season, we have Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen on the front row. Verstappen not where he wants to be starting, though, especially for this race. We'll see how it goes down. Hamilton jumps out in front. It could be getting late early. Tires. Could be the story, just like we had earlier in the season with our rounds of exploding tires in the desert. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Back after this. What's up, everyone? Greeny from In the Paddock here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Please let me explain. It's free. Okay, free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free, so it can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many, many more. You can make money as well. Money with your podcast. No minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Yes! We're back. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. We're medicated. We're caffeinated. Oh, yeah. Mike needs all the caffeine and medication he can get right now, because he's about to get a lap in the Quizmasters cockpit. Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Let's see how he does this week.
Oh, man.
What'd you go last week? How'd you do last week? I can't remember.
I went 2 for 3.
I think you went 2 for 3. All right, well, we got 4 for you this week.
Oh, oof.
So, and because we have no history here,
1.
Only really one of the questions pertains to racing out of these 4 questions.
Wow. All right. Oh, no.
Since we have no history here whatsoever.
I'm in big trouble.
I think a few of them are easy.
Okay.
One of them was gone over the broadcasts for free practice and qualifying and everything over the weekend. So if you paid attention, you should probably know that.
Wasn't paying attention.
Well, of course you never do. So that sounds right.
Not close enough.
And one question is a funny fact that I found. So are you ready, sir?
I was born not ready, but let's do it anyway.
All right, since we are in Qatar or Qatar, still not absolutely sure what the pronunciation of it is.
It's like if someone jumps in front of you in line, what are they?
A Qatar.
A Qatar. His motto was a Qatar.
All right, so then the question will be, what is the capital of Qatar?
What is the capital of Qatar? They did discuss this.
I think do you think where we're racing is 20 minutes or 20 miles south of this city?
Capital of Qatar.
Don't be Googling that stuff right now.
I have no idea. Is it
capital is Doha. Doha. I will give it to you.
Don't you know?
I'll give it to you.
Don't you know? At the buzzer.
At the buzzer, I'll give it to you.
They did mention it about 10 times on the.
Well, we're 20. I think it's 20 miles south of Doha is where the Losail Circuit is located.
Don't you know?
All right. Outside of Formula One, what worldwide sporting event is taking place in Qatar in 2022?
Is the World Cup?
That is correct, sir.
World Cup.
The World Cup will be held in Qatar, and I do believe it's going to be something like November or something like that, because it's too darn hot to play it in the normal time.
Too hot.
So I think it's going to November is when that's starting off.
Too hot. Very, very interesting.
So we are
for the football fans.
1 for 2. Oh, sorry. You are 2 for 2.
Barely.
Question 3. Of the current grid in Formula One, only 2 drivers have raced at Losail Circuit before. Who are they?
2 drivers have raced at the circuit before. Well, one's got to be Kimmy.
No.
Fernando.
No to both. Give me it. Come on. Where's the buzzer?
Oh. Delayed.
Come on, get off the medication and get on the buzzer. Let's go. The answer is, and I'm actually a little appalled that you didn't know this one, since one of them is a driver on your piece of crap team.
Oh yeah, Nikita.
Nikita has raced there.
Yeah.
And the other actually won there in 2009 when he raced there. And that would be Sergio Perez.
Yeah. Wow. That was back
so
in
you
the
should have
day.
got half of that answer, but you got a big fat can of nope. Good thing you know your team. I'm proud of you.
That's what I gotta say to that. All right. So I got 2 green sectors.
You got 2. And you can totally redeem yourself right here.
Total redemption. Total bonus redemption. A pit stop special. Bring it on.
This one's gonna make you laugh your ass off. What giant stuffed animal with a lamp is in the middle of the Hamad International Airport in Qatar?
What giant stuffed animal with a lamp?
Lamp goes like right over its head. Lamp comes like right over its head.
Lamp over its head. I got nothing.
Right, it's dead, like right in the middle of Hamad International Airport. It's like the centerpiece. It is a giant yellow teddy bear.
Teddy bear is the answer?
No joke. Teddy bear is the answer.
Hold on.
And if you give me 1 second.
There he is.
It is called the Lamp Bear. right dead smack in the middle of the airport for you.
Looks like it's wearing like a Beatles wig. It's bizarre.
That's
Just
a lamp over its head.
If you put Hamad Airport teddy bear, just Google that. That's bizarre.
It's called a lamp bear.
Why is like his eyes smushed against the... It's bizarre. Sorry, the thing's like 30 feet tall. Why?
It is.
Why? That's probably... You got so much money from that oil. That's what happens when you have too much money and not enough to spend it on.
So, but your answer was, you didn't have an answer. It was incorrect. So give me the buzzer.
All right, hold on. That's like, how am I supposed to know that?
To get that answer or that question, all I typed in was Qatar fun facts.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. That was a fun fact.
I thought, just the way I worded it for you, a giant stuffed animal. I mean, I thought you just would have just randomly just even gave teddy bear.
I was thinking like movies. But and I don't know, like the deal with like Western culture in Qatar. Qatar seems pretty progressive as far as a Middle Eastern.
You go to
definitely.
We'll go over. I have a little luxury travel spot that we will go over with for tomorrow's intro.
Very interesting.
I'm bringing that in there for that.
Very interesting. That'll be tomorrow.
In my research.
Of course, don't ever forget we do a Saturday and Sunday show for the races. Might be our last Saturday in the paddock show coming up in the next couple weeks. We'll get to that as well in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I think it is time, my friend, to finish the show strong. Not like pancakes. Very exciting at first, but after a while, you're sick of them. You don't want to be sick of us. I want to start strong and finish strong. So, of course, everyone's favorite segment. It is time for Greenybucks. And I am way down. Way down. So I have at 340 Greenybucks. With how many races? How many races we got? 3?
Including this one, yes.
3 races. So I got to manage
2 more after this week.
Do some cash management. And you are at 1,650. So it's kind of a joke at this point.
Yeah, you have 0 chance.
So
you need to like double up like 3 times to catch up.
It's possible. It's possible.
It's absolutely not possible.
So let's
be honest.
Let's be honest and like go ahead and I want to hear what you got because I definitely do not have what you have. I can tell you that right now.
All right.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Where do you want to start first?
Let's go with biggest gainer first.
I'm going to take Sergio Perez.
I like
Give me the 20 Greenybucks on that. Horde qualifying today. Horner's going to give him the hot stick to the rear and tell him, you better get your ass to the front. Max needs you up there for strategy. So hammer down. He gets a free choice of tire being back there, so he might even they might just totally risk his race and just get him on the softs or something like that to start to get him to the front quick. So it could be a little different strategy, but we're going to take Sergio Perez. Biggest gainer, 20 Greenybucks.
I'm going to go with Charles.
Put it in the book.
I'm going to go with Charles Leclerc. I'm also going to go 20 Greenybucks. I think he can catch up 6 or 7. I think Perez can do 6 or 7 as well. It's going to be close. I think it'll be 7 laps plus for Charles Leclerc and 6 laps plus for Sergio Perez. Therefore, I will go with Charles Leclerc. Put it in the books, 20 Greenybucks, because I'm going to bite off your strategy on, race number 19.
Took you long enough to learn.
All right, give me your
Took you long enough.
winner. Give me your winner.
I am going to take Lewis Hamilton for the win. 20 Greenybucks. Half second ahead of everybody else through qualifying. Good race pace the Mercedes have had. So, yeah, he's going to be off and away. And even if both Huskies are front, Lewis is coming through anyway. Team orders. So, Lewis Hamilton win 20 Greenybucks. Put in the book.
Nice. Yeah, I do agree that if Valtteri Bottas does take a head of Lewis at any time, Valtteri was the fastest all weekend. He really was through practice. Came in third, starting on the correct side of the track, on the left side of the track, as we talked about earlier. But I am gonna roll with Bottas on this one because Lewis still has to get around the track, and I think we're gonna have a couple of front runners that are gonna be burning rubber, and it's gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna go with Bottas for the win. 20 Greenybucks as well.
Oh, that'll get you a Yoda. Oh.
Sounds with one category remaining, which is our trifecta. So, Cheese, any word on what you think the 1, 2, 3? You've been quite successful over the last couple months here with your trifectas, rolling in the cash. So let's see if you can roll it in again. What do you got? 1, 2, and 3. Give it to me in order.
I'm going to take Lewis for the win, Bottas second, Max third. As I've been going back on that one for the last 2 hours.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, Mercedes has pace, and I think that looks like...
I've been going back and forth between Lewis, Max, Bottas, or Lewis, Bottas, Max. I've crossed it off for the third time and went with the Lewis, Bottas, Max. Because it's going back and forth, but I just think the pace is... I think it's there for the Mercs. And, Valtteri was the quickest at race pace. I'm gonna throw it in there. Lewis, Bottas, Max, 20 Greenybucks.
There it is.
Just a gut on that one.
Right on. I got a gut feeling too, and I think just like Hamilton's gonna have a tough time tomorrow, I think Max as well. They've been abusing their tires all season and getting away with it, and I think for both Lewis and Max, their time has come. I think it's really going to bite them. I think the way they've been driving all season long, their tire degradation has been probably most likely higher than anyone else. Obviously, they're usually leading the pack. Between one of them is usually in front. But I'm going to go with a no Lewis, no Max podium of Bottas, Gasly, Alonso.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 20 Greenybucks. 20 Greenybucks. Put it in the books.
Wow. Going for the limb. He's out on a limb trying to make up any cash he can. Even though he's a complete domination, he's got no chance. He's trying to make a comeback.
If I hit that, that's a comeback, son.
Yeah, that's not happening.
If I hit that, I'm going to get at least...
If that happens, that'll be madness, but wow.
We've seen madness this year. We've seen madness.
We have seen madness. We have, but that's only usually when it rains.
Listen, 10-1 ain't going to do me any good on my trifecta. I need like these 90-1 long shots. Ain't gonna do me no good. Even if I bet like half my stack. So if I bet 100 Greenybucks, I bet a third of my stack on a trifecta at 10-1 and hit it. It's still, 1,000. Still doesn't get me there. So
close. You'd be close then.
Yeah. We'll see what happens next week.
You mean striking distance?
I put 60 on the line. It leaves me with 280 for the last two races. You've
also been cold as ice.
I have been cold as ice. I'm also gonna bet probably lose all 3 this week, do 180 next week, and then leave 100 Greenybucks for the final week. Hope to hit something big. And I think like I got a strategy for the end here. It's like a, wrapping a tourniquet around so I can get down the mountain without bleeding to death strategy. But it is a strategy. And yeah, that's it. Those are my picks. Bottas for the win. Bottas, Gasly, Alonso, 1, 2, 3. Charles Leclerc, 20 Greenybucks all around for all 6 bets tonight. You got Hamilton for the win. Hamilton, Bottas, Max, 1, 2, 3. And Checo, biggest gainer from 11th, to 4th? 5th? Possible eye.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anything could happen in the desert. We're on Tatooine. George Lucas is there. It is like another world out there. For those of you who've never been out to the desert.
You go on one of those sand safaris, sandworm could get you, so.
I don't know if a sandworm is going to get you.
Shai Hulud could pop out.
And there is no blue milk. So, yeah. Them's is fantasy. This is the real thing. As you said, this ain't no entertainment show. It's an F1 show.
May the force be with you while on Arrakis, son.
All right. Anything you got to say? Finish it up strong, man.
It's going to be interesting. Early tomorrow morning. I think it's 7:30, 8 o'clock? Early start.
Get on early.
Get your Taylor ham, mac and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on a roll, ready to roll.
Pork roll.
Good and early. Bright and early. Should be a good one. Coming down the stretch here, Lewis needs it to shave some more points off that lead for Max, so we'll see what happens.
Right on, and it continues to be on like Donkey Kong, Greeny, and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. We'll be back tomorrow with some more shenanigans and some post-race awesomeness. See you tomorrow, man. Peace.
Stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.